with a float of raspberry liqueur on top of it. It's amazing.
Okay. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
You want to take this one?
Good fried chicken.
Oh yeah.
Look at that chicken. Where's my French fries? Look.
It's been 400 years of slavery and oppression. The shackles are broken, and we learned our lesson. Leaving the land of the free and the home of the brave. Dry bones in the valley, coming out of the grave. Hey, I'm going home.
All right, guys, another beautiful day in the Gambia. I have a brilliant woman sitting next to me and decided to come out and share with us in the opening, the soft launch of our restaurant, the Soul Food Joint, in the person of Phoenix of Needles and Nourishment. All right, and I want to dig in her brain for a little bit and give you guys a panoramic view on this interview to kind of know her better, okay? My first question is, where did you get your personality from? Was it your mother or your father?
My mama probably still asking that question. A little bit of both. Yeah, I've got definitely some of my father's traits, the social aspect, the food, you know, he was the typical Southern man, you know, cooking food and gathering people and all that stuff.
Now, where are you originally from?
So I am originally born in South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Born and raised in South Carolina, but I'm a military brat, so we traveled all over. I've lived in Waterloo, Iowa, in Alabama, in Texas,
my neck of the woods.
You know, just all over the place. I've literally been traveling since I was 6 weeks old.
Wow.
And yeah.
So what I've noticed about you since I've met you is that you have a lot of talents and abilities. How do you navigate balancing operating in them all? Because you seem like you don't waste any talent or skill. So how do you balance operating in them all?
Spiritually, it's been a long journey, learning when to do what things. Understanding that just because I can do something in that moment doesn't necessarily mean that I should or that I have to, right? And so that part of the nuance of that is really about growth and maturity. You know, sometimes you get burned, sometimes you know, every time you go through something that on the surface seems like a bad experience, I have to ask myself, given the same set of circumstances of information and the why I made the decision, would I make that same decision again?
Right.
And if the answer is yes, then I can't allow whatever was the outcome of that bad thing to change who I am at core. You know, and so I would still do certain things.
Yeah,
you know?
when you said that, you know what I thought about? We're sitting out here at the Soul Food Joint, and I can see the ocean. And I think about, whenever I see the ocean, I think about fish who are in the ocean and how they are insulated but not isolated.
Right.
You know, when you pull fish out of the sea and you cook them, you know, they don't taste like salt water.
Nope.
And that's because even though they're in an environment, they don't allow the environment to penetrate them.
Yeah.
Right. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, share with me, how has your experience been here in Gambia? Since you, I know you won't be able to tell us the whole story, but just give me a condensed version of how your experience has been.
Crazy.
What else? Just go ahead and give me some adjectives, because I know it's just more than that adjective.
Yeah, I mean, everybody saw. I crash landed for the most part. I stepped into a pool of poo-poo. So it was crazy. And then it was in some ways scary. It was uncertain. And then it became an adventure. And then somewhere along in there, as you walk through that journey and you learn how to trust and you learn to just keep getting up, just like the days happen, daylight comes. You begin to see the light, some good things happen, your perspective changes, you learn some lessons.
So basically you looked at the bad times as an opportunity to just learn and grow and evolve and expand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then look for the good, look for the joy. My mom said one time when I was growing up that whatever you look for, you will find. And so if you're constantly looking for the bad, looking for the conspiracy, we know those things happen, and sometimes, like I did, we come, head to head with it.
Absolutely.
But I didn't continue to look for that experience in the Gambia. I began to seek out the joy in the Gambia. I looked for the good.
Wow.
And so because I looked for the good, I found the good.
Wow. Awesome. So would that be symbolic to your name, Phoenix? Just rising above, tribulation and trial and situations and so forth. Now, let me also ask you this, because my wife and I, we've watched your channel, and you are a great promoter. Do you have any background in promotions and marketing, or any degrees or anything like?
Yeah, well, I'm a designer by trade, and being in the creative field, and when you go to design school, obviously you have to learn all aspects of it. So you learn marketing, you learn marketing from a different angle, because you learn what people respond to. So for instance, you learn marketing artistically, what colors people respond to, what sounds people respond to, what things make people hungry. You'll notice that restaurant advertisements typically are in certain colors, because certain colors actually make people hungry.
Wow.
That sort of thing.
Wow.
And so from
hold on, I gotta take some notes. I'm in the restaurant business.
Yeah, so
go ahead,
that I learned a lot of that in school, but then being a entrepreneur and building my own businesses and running my own businesses, I had to learn on the ground. So I had professional careers that allowed me to leverage those skills.
Okay. And
then I moved out of the corporate world and out of the professional realm into being a professional freelancer and self-employed person.
Wow. You know what? My last question. Where does that leave Phoenix in terms of the future? Where do you see yourself in Gambia in the near future, say maybe 6 months to a year down the line? Any plans, anything your followers should be looking out for?
Yeah, lots of plans. Lots of plans. More things than I really can even tackle in a 6 month time. But in that immediate time, I'm really focused on getting my life settled, getting into a place. I've been kind of moving around in, rental property and things like that. I'm waiting on a new build. So once that's done, I'll be really settling in, but I'm getting ready to sort of get into my long-term wait place.
Right.
Prior to that, I'm focusing on business. Those that follow my channel know that I'm teaching.
And by the way, let's give your channel to our listeners. What's your channel?
So yes, it's Needles and Nourishment in Gambia.
Needles and Nourishment in Gambia. Listen, I want you to look out for Phoenix, because she is rising. All right? And I guess we're going to end right here at this point. There's a lot more I can ask you, but I don't want to continue to hold you hostage.
No, that's okay. I'd love to come back. I plan on spending some time here and enjoying you guys and talking to you more, running through the menu.
Yes, absolutely.
Running through the menu, so yeah.
Well, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And check out that channel. What is it again?
Needles and Nourishment in Gambia.
And the Gambia.
Yes.
And this has been another episode of Going Home with Erick and Nicole. Peace out.
Peace out.
Don't miss the next episode of Going Home with Erick and Nicole.